Hello, my friends. For today's story, which is called Pinky's Surprise by Janet Quin-Harkin, you're going to need to use your imagination. This story does not come with any pictures. It comes with lots and lots of words that you can use to make your own pictures in your imagination. And by the time we're done with the story, you should be able to tell the difference between a butterfly and a moth just by looking. Ready? Here we go. The first thing in your imagination should be the kingdom of Oak Forest, because everyone in the kingdom of Oak Forest was excited. King Oak had announced that there was to be a big party for Princess Annabelle's birthday. Everyone is invited, he said to all of his subjects, and I hope each of you will think of something to make my little daughter's birthday special. The palace servants were very pleased. Most of them had good ideas for what they were going to do for the princess. I know what I'll do, said the cook. I'll bake a cake so light and airy it will float right off the plate. I have a good idea, said the gardener. I'll make the princess a beautiful crown of flowers. I'm going to ask the fireflies to put on a light show for her, said the maid. Only Pinky, who was the smallest page boy, couldn't think of any presents he could do for Princess Annabelle. Oh dear, he said. All the others have taken the good ideas, and King Oak will be disappointed if I don't think of something special to do for the princess. He thought and thought all day. He walked through the forest just thinking and thinking. As he was crossing a small stream, he suddenly had a wonderful idea, and he smiled a big smile. I remember the last time I went walking with Princess Annabelle by this stream. She loved watching the butterflies dancing over the water. I'll ask them to come to the party and dance for her. So the next morning, Pinky hurried to the spot where the butterflies danced. Will you come and dance for Princess Annabelle's birthday? He asked. Why, we shall be pleased and honored, said the butterflies. Come and fetch us when the party is going to start. You will always find us here by the stream. On the day of the party, everyone worked hard, cooking and cleaning. The decorations in the king's garden made it look magical, and as the sun set, the first guests began to arrive. Pinky picked up a lantern because it was getting dark, and he hurried down to the stream. But no butterflies were there. Butterflies, where are you? He called. We're over here in this bush, answered a very sleepy voice. What do you want? The party for the princess, cried Pinky. It's about to start. Are you crazy? Said the sleepy voice. You woke me up. All the other butterflies are asleep. Pinky said, but you promised. You didn't tell us the party was going to be at night, said the butterfly. We always sleep when it's dark. We can't come to a party at night. Oh no, said Pinky. What am I going to do? The king will be very angry with me, he said. He started to cry. Oh, don't cry, said the butterfly more kindly. I have an idea. Why don't you ask the moths to dance instead? Moths just love to dance at night. But butterflies and moths look so much alike. How can I tell a moth from a butterfly? Said Pinky. Oh, that's easy, said the butterfly. First, look at my wings. When I am resting, I like to hold them together over my back. But a moth folds its wings down against its body or holds them straight out to the sides. Second, Look at my antenna. See how they have little knobs or balls on the ends? A moth has feathery antenna and usually no knobs at the ends. Third, look at my body. See how it's pinched in the middle? A moth's body is usually stocky and plump. I see, said Pinky. Now I shall know how to find a moth. Oh, thank you. And one more thing, said the butterfly. What's that? Asked Pinky. Butterflies sleep at night and moths don't. And the butterfly went straight back to sleep. Pinky picked up his lantern and he hurried through the forest looking everywhere for some moths. Then he noticed a fat, furry fellow dancing in the light of his lantern. His body wasn't pinched in at all, and his antennae were quite feathery. Excuse me, Pinky asked, but are you by any chance a moth? Of course I am, said the moth. That's a silly question. Oh, good. Could you possibly come and dance for Princess Annabelle tonight? Asked Pinky. It's her birthday and I would be delighted to, said the moth. I just love dancing at night. Pinky and the moth searched through the forest until they found 20 more moths, and they all said they'd be happy to dance for the princess. Well, the party was just wonderful. Fireflies sparkled from every branch, and the moths did a graceful dance around the little princess. She clapped her hands in delight. Oh, Pinky, she cried, your moths are beautiful, and I love them most of all. And you know what we say at the end of a story? We say, the end. Now, let's see if you can figure out the difference between a butterfly and a moth. Well, if you see something that has its wings folded back while it's resting, do you think that's a butterfly or a moth? Probably a butterfly. Sometimes you can see them on a flower with their wings spread out, but if you watch long enough, eventually they will fold their wings back to rest. How about if it has feathery looking antenna with no little balls on the end? That's probably going to be a moth. That's a moth. What if you see it and its body is just pinched in the middle? That's probably a butterfly. The moths have big old plump fat bodies, right? And what if you see it flying during the day? That's another one. That's probably going to be a butterfly during the day. All right. Very good listening. Very good imagining. Thank you, my friends.